myself. My name is Milton S. Hershey, and that is the first Hershey bar.
Dang, flabbit! This gosh darn machine! Oh! It's a time machine!
Wait a minute.
Howdy do. Welcome back to Present Time, Hershey's new History of Happiness campaign. We're bringing back the original Hershey chocolate packaging. That's right. For a limited time only, Hershey is dipping into its history and opening your eyes to its chocolatey past. Why would this campaign work? Well, why wouldn't it work, huh? How'd you land on this idea? Well, first it was assigned to us and we had no choice. And B, imagine, if you will, a grocery store. Adults bustling through the aisles, little ankle biters teetering along their sides. Everyone has somewhere else to be. But imagine, if there was a way to keep people in the store longer. This, my friend, is called dwell time. That by extending shoppers' dwell time, there will be a significant increase in sales. Especially with items usually purchased impulsively, like candy. So, how do we make this happen? Why? Who's asking, huh? Scram! We're going to build a History of Happiness time machine. Children ages 5 to 9, listen up. In grocery stores across the nation, we will set up these machines. You simply enter a nickel and boom! Gears grinding, wheels turning, whistles blowing, machine comes to life. A short 15 to 30 second video will play as the machine gets to work, focusing on one of 5 Hershey products, sharing its historical past, and awarding you with chocolate and vintage wrapping as a result. Which candies, you say? Boom! Bang! Crash! The nickel will travel through time to bring you a Hershey bar, Reese's Cup, Mr. Good Bar, Hershey Kiss, or a Crackle. Each chocolate has its own special video corresponding with major points in Hershey history. Well, the ones we're allowed to talk about anyway. You can run the machine 5 times in a row and have a different experience each time. People will engage with the brand and spend more time in the store. Kids will have an appreciation of Hershey, the past, and, well, Hershey's past. And when the candy is dispensed, parents get what all parents love. Coupons! Everyone wins. You can't find that in the Sunday paper. And when you're learning a little something too, it makes the experience even more worthwhile and memorable. Signing off. Good night. And good luck.
Impulse buys represent 45% of candy purchases in the grocery store. The impulse buy is directly affected by what technologists would call wasted time, what the candy industry calls dwell time. It's the time essentially where you're waiting to do something else in the grocery store, and the fact that technology is decreasing dwell time means that impulse buy is decreasing, which means less candy purchases, which means a problem for a billion-dollar industry.
I think we all enjoyed ourselves a lot. I know the build team had a lot of fun just like messing around with stuff and figuring new things out.
It all came together that we wanted to do a time machine and go back in time because Hershey has so much history and there's so much there in its past.
Branding is also very timely and very strategic because we wanted to go way back in time to when the product started and its whole product journey all the way till now. As you can see, we have several Hershey's vintage posters and communications.
I personally believe it's really easy to engage a kid. They'll learn something, they'll get chocolate, which resonates with their happiness.
Hershey is a big player in the candy market, and it enjoys a lot of loyalty, a lot of patronage and a lot of goodwill as well.
He was a hoot to work with. He was very inquisitive, which was really fun just because we got to answer lots of questions about the machine and he wanted to know more. It wasn't just because there was candy, of course that helped. Followed direction really well, and he set off the machine accidentally one time, which made me want to cry.
No. That was an accident.
You heavy focus on the kid because you really have to resonate with them, but then it also has to have some emotional connection with the parent. That's why we did the nostalgia type vintage thing.
Well, the kid gets to experience the final product comes out, but because a kid is most of the time with a parent in a retail environment, vintage would appeal to the parent, so it's an experience that will satisfy both of them. Does it make sense?